Oh look, I left the lights on in the bus all day yesterday. Lights have been on for at least 24 hours. Might as well turn them all on. Turn it all on. Oh, greetings and salutations, by the way. So last week I ran the fuel lines for the generator. I still haven't gotten the isolators yet, but I need to pick those up, probably on Amazon. But today I wanted to get the start switch and the kill switch wired in. This switch panel here used to be on the generator, and I made a wire extension harness that runs all the way over to the generator bay. So this has the little oil warning light and the run and stop switch. You saw me fumbling with this thing and it wasn't doing anything, and that's because it's not grounded. So of course it's not going to work. So I need to run a ground wire from here to the chassis, and then it should work. Which means I need to take this panel back off, or at least remove it far enough so that I can access it. Run a wire back to the starter relay to be able to start it from here. And then I need to make a small panel back in the generator base so I can just push button start it from there, from the back as well. Because when that generator is a little cold-blooded, and when it gets down below 60 degrees, you need to choke it to get it to run. So that's what I'm going to work on today, methinks. So the first thing I need to do is go get some tools. I need to get my cordless drill and pull this back off. Perhaps while I'm here, I'll kind of clean this cluster up. It's a little bit too long. There's so much there, it won't even fit back in the hole. I also need to make a panel for that. So let's get busy. So what I need to do is run a line from the battery side of the solenoid on the starter of the generator. I need to run a positive lead from the solenoid up to the start button at the front of the bus, and then run a line from there back to the start lug on the solenoid. And I'll put an inline fuse at the solenoid before it goes to the switch, so it'll be fuse protected. And since I've got most of these walls buried, I don't want to drill another hole in the floor of the bus. Thought about running it through the center bay here, because I'll have a chase here. I can run it right down the center of of the bus. And then I have this convenient wire that came out of the bus. It's a bonded 4-strand, and I can just tear that in half and use 2 of the legs. And then if I have to splice it, I'll use the other 2. I can split it in 2 like that.
test it. Yay.
Let's test the front. Oh, the switch is no good. Oh man, this switch is no good. Well, we know. It works. Okay. Well, this switch that I've had in my hoard forever. is no bueno. So I need a momentary switch. I like that switch. Before I sign off, let me show you what I'm going to use to operate the cooling fan that's in the box. Because of the location of the generator, directly behind the drive wheels, I wanted a generator cabinet that was going to keep a lot of the road debris from, getting up into the generator. The quarters are pretty tight in there. The generator just fits, but if you can see in here, I have a fan. This is one of the intermediate heater fans that was in the inside the bus. So that actually moves quite a bit of air, and it operates on 12 volts. This is the wire to it. It goes up into the bus. And my concern was that it was going to get too hot inside that cabinet when the bus was stationary. When the bus is moving, there's, that box isn't airtight, so air can circulate through that box while the bus is in motion. But if we're stationary and I don't want to have that generator box open, I want to have the ability to flow air through it. So that's why I put that 12 volt fan in there. Well, the question was, how am I going to power that fan? What I have here is a computer power supply, and I'm going to mount this underneath here. I'm going to plug it directly into the outlet that's on the generator, so that whenever the generator is running, the power supply is turned on and the fan is running, whether we're moving or not. And if I don't want to operate the fan, I can just come in here and hoist up my bed and turn off the switch on the power supply. Generator's got to run anyway. It ain't gonna hurt anything to run that power supply and run that fan whenever the generator's running, and I don't have to do anything. Generator turns on, fan's running, air circulating, fixed. I don't know if it's gonna be in the next video, but the next time you see anything to do with the generator, it's gonna be running, powering the bus, and we're gonna let it run for probably a couple of good hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours, just to let it let the heat wrap that I got in the exhaust pipe to seat in, and just to make sure that everything's gonna work there and it's not gonna rattle apart. The next big project is gonna be the bathroom. I need to get the bathroom finished up. Once the bathroom's finished up, we could probably do a shakedown run on this thing. So I got one of these gas leak detectors. I'm gonna put that probably under here. I might get another one to put in the refrigerator maintenance access. Maybe even another one for in here. Last thing I need is an LP leak. Link in the description. I might get one to put in the basement too, where the bottles are at. All the gas appliances. I got the oven, the refrigerator, and the water heater. Those are the only things that are running on LP. And I think I'll get those hooked up next, and get those wires and stuff buttoned up for the generator, and I'll start working on the bathroom, getting that buttoned up. So guess what, fellas? We're at that point in the video where I must bid adieu. So if you haven't done so yet, feel free to click that subscribe button. It's big, it's red, it says subscribe. You click it, it turns gray, I think. And then if you do that, go ahead and click the picture of the bell right next to it so you too can be notified of future uploads. Smash that like button if you don't mind, and then share this with your vast social media network. I would surely appreciate that. Also, a friendly reminder that if you see anything you like in this video, check the links in the description for any links to products that you see here on the project, or gear that I use to make these videos. If you're going to shop on Amazon and aren't interested in any of that stuff, I'd appreciate if you went through one of those links to buy whatever you're buying. That's one way that you can support this channel financially. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but the channel makes a couple of pennies off that. And believe me when I tell you that every penny counts. Thank you in advance, and if you can't afford to do that, then we're probably cousins. And until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry, and have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.